Hello everybody, it's Dee here, Dee Barnes, for this week's Wildcard Wednesday. Thank you for joining me. You should have been able to collect your craft boxes from reception, and we're going to do another exciting project this week. So without further ado, I'll turn the camera around and we'll have a look inside your boxes. Okay, so the extras you'll need this week are some water. That's mostly just to clean your brush with. And I want you to go to your cupboard or your kitchen, or if you happen to have something on you, I want you to get an old plastic cup, drinking cup or anything like that, or a can from your kitchen store or anything that you can use. You're going to put it back. You're just going to use this as a kind of an obstacle to work with. Okay, so anything that's kind of that shape, doesn't matter what shape it is, but it's just going to be raised up off the flat surface. All right, so if you want to go and get yourself something like that, a cup, plastic cup, paper cup, can, drinks bottle that you can turn upside down, anything like that. Then if we have a look in our boxes this week, we have some glue, a paintbrush, and some big pieces of tissue and some little pieces of tissue. Okay, it's a fairly nice simple one this week. This one will take some time to dry before you get to see its full effect. Okay, I've got some other colours here I might add to it, but you'll have plenty to choose from in your boxes. Okay, so if we start off with one of the bigger sheets, doesn't matter which one, I'm just going to pop that to one side. Let's start off with this orange sheet, and I'm going to cover the whole thing in glue. So open up your pot. If you want to get some water on your brush, because the glue is very, very thick, it'll just help spread it out a bit. Only a tiny, tiny bit of water, you don't need much. And see if you can get your glue right to the edges of the square, or whatever shape it is I've given you. Tiny bit of glue on there. A bit more water. Anyway, just pick it up to make sure it's not sticking to your surface. Okay, then we're going to get another piece, a large piece, lay it over the top, and another large piece, lay that over the top as well. Actually, no, first of all, let's cover that bit in glue. Let's get your glue on there, bit of water, just to dilute the glue because it's so thick. Let's lay this one over the top, like that. Doesn't matter if it crinkles. Pick it up every now and then just to make sure it's not sticking. It shouldn't stick because there's no glue on the other side, but you never know. And let's do that again. I'm going to cover it in glue, bit of water. put some more on that bit as well. A bit of water. Okay, now we can get some of the other pieces and lay those on. Pink, some yellow up there. I've got a green bit here. I'm going to tear this up into some strips. Just random strips. And same with these little pieces. You can either tear them up or you can put them on whole like that, covering up the bits where you can see the glue is. And then we do the layer of, let's just pick it up, make sure it's not sticking. Okay. Right, now we're going to cover this lot with glue. And basically, I want you to use all the tissue, well, as much as you can, that I've given you by building up the layers . Like that. Come back. Some water. And let's go with some more. Where's there some empty? There's a bit empty. I'll just pick it up again, make sure it's not sticking. Gently. You might want to give yourself another clean bit of paper there. Let me get one. Let's cover that again in glue and a bit of water. Doesn't matter if it tears like that. In fact, I quite like that. So every time you put some on, some tissue on, put a thin layer of glue over the top of it. pick it up just in case. Or just gently put your finger behind it if it does stick. It's usually because you've let the brush run over the edge of the paper that you're gluing slightly, and then it sticks. So yes, at the beginning I said your water was only to clean your brush, but actually you really do need the water to water down the glue because it's so thick. It's good quality PVA glue I've given you. So I tore it a little bit there when I was picking it up off the paper, so I'm just going to put a little bit over that where it's thinner, just here. Put a layer of pink and some green. Put a bit of glue on. Put some green over there as well to reinforce it. Now basically with this project, the more layers you have on, the better. So if you want to take your time to build up your layers and use as much tissue as you can, and it takes longer than the time I'm doing it, then just carry on. If you're doing it in your groups or your bubble or on your own. Right, let's do that one. Now you can, if you want, you see how you've got these little triangles sticking out? You can always just pull them over like that. Just wrap those over. Give yourself an edge. Oops, I can see some bare bits there. Just make sure you cover everything with the glue. Glue and water mix. Just make sure I can still pick it up. Yes. Okay. I'm just going to finish off with these bits that I've got, a few more. I'm going to tear them up because I like the random shapes a bit better. Without trying to get it all stuck all over my fingers. It looks a bit like a very colourful pizza now. Okay, let's just make sure I can pick it up. Yep, that's good. Right, let's put on another layer of glue and water. So this I think I'll have as my last layer. So I'm going to put on quite a lot of glue now. I can see a bit of a weak point there. I might just put some tissue on that bit. Better reinforce that layer. If you see any bits like that, you can either pull them over with the paintbrush so that it makes it a bit stronger when it's dry, or you can put a bit more tissue on, or both. Okay, so now you have a big gluey piece. And now I want you to bring in your can, your cup, your pot, whatever it is that you found in your kitchen or your room or that you have to hand. I think I might use the, I'm going to put my brush in the water. I'm going to use the can, I think, my baked bean can. I want you to pick up your piece and I want you to lay your round or whatever shape it is that you've made over the top. Actually, no, I think I'm going to use the cup. I kind of like the tapered side. Okay, I want you to go like that. Just make sure it's kind of roughly in the middle. Then I want you to, you're just going to kind of like push it down a little bit. Make a few kind of folds within it. I'm just kind of holding it underneath, pulling it round, that's it. It's almost like a mini kind of tablecloth type thing that you've created. Hold on, let me turn it around a bit. If you want some more kind of put some pleats into it. It is a bit longer on that side. Let me see if I can pull it over a bit. Oh no, it's too long on that side. Hang on. A bit long there, a bit short there. Let's just pull that over. Okay, great. It doesn't look very attractive at the moment, but what you have to do next is leave it overnight to dry. And I will show you what it looks like the next day. Okay, so I've left my piece overnight to dry, and if you take off your tin or your cup or whatever it is you use, you'll discover that it's all hard. Now, if you wanted to, you could paint the inside of the piece as well to give it some more strength and leave it to dry, or you can just leave it as it is, which is kind of, it's quite nice. It'll just be stronger if you were to paint it on the inside with the glue. I think I will put a coat on, because why not? You can sort of stretch it a little if you want it to be a bit bigger. Just pull the sides out a little. And also if you hold it up to the light, not that I can do that here, but I'll do it when we turn the camera around. It's very pretty if you put it in the windowsill. So I'm just going to paint the inside of mine to give it some extra strength. You don't have to be that accurate when you're painting the inside, because you know you've already painted the outside anyway. So I'm going to get a bit of water on there to make the glue spread around a bit more. Dollop it in. The other thing you can do if you want is, if your edges are a bit scruffy, you remember I turned the edges over with my paintbrush as I was gluing them. If you didn't manage to do that, what you can do is cut them with scissors. You can trim the edges. In fact, you know, you could make it a wavy line, or oops, whatever you fancied. But anyway, if your edges are frayed or scruffy or a bit thin, you can always cut them down. And once you've covered the inside with a layer of PVA glue, again you can just put it on the windowsill, or on a radiator is best because it will dry out quicker. And leave it to dry out before you, I mean, it's a really nice thing. You can put jewellery inside, you could put some pens, nothing too heavy because obviously it's still quite soft. But that layer of glue that I've just put on will reinforce it as well. So it will become a little bit stronger. Okay, so it's a bit hard for you to see, but basically I've kind of just covered, don't forget to put your paintbrush in water. I've covered the inside with a layer of glue, and I'm just going to pop that on my radiator to dry out. In the meantime, let's just pull that apart because I don't want those to stick together. I want it to be quite flared. In the meantime, I'm just going to put the lid on my glue so that I can use that again if I need to. I'm going to rinse out my paintbrush so I can use it again. Such great stuff, PVA glue. Love it. And I'm just going to turn the camera around and have a chat with you. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this week's lesson, class, workshop. It was a nice simple one, nothing too stressful or taxing. A little bit on the messy side, I will admit. But hey, you can't have fun without making a bit of mess, eh? So I can't show you what it looks like in the light, but I'm sure if you hold it up against your window, you will see how pretty it is. And let's see if I can just move the camera around. Oh, see. Oh, you can't really see. You get the idea. I'm sure you can manage to do that yourself. And as I said, just leave that on the radiator to dry off. And there you have your tissue paper bowl. Okay, so until we meet next time, everybody, this is Dee Barnes from Wildcard Wednesday, Attenborough Arts Centre, saying goodbye. Stay safe, stay well, and above all, stay creative. Bye.